Hey, what's up, y'all? Got my nine back at it. Um, I want to talk about being a patient DPS. You gotta be patient in gaming. When people mess up, you don't really have to say anything out of line all the time. It's hard. It's hard sometimes. You even see people's remarks when people are messing up in the game. They all nice and gracious to them, and you're like, why aren't you using cuss words? You know, cuss words fly out my mouth real easy, right? But it's worth it. Sometimes the person you may be saying it to, they may not take the quality or the graciousness and be, hey, they just making me better at what I'm doing. Or they probably not even noticing that the person could make it a toxic situation. Or they may even actually they may be like, man, why he ain't cuss at me? you know? Or they would have cussed at somebody else. But even if the person you're talking to who's messing up, if they don't realize that they mess up and you talking to them in a gracious manner, the other people who are seeing the exchange you're having is going to grow from that, even socially. Even socially when you're out there in the world. Like, I was thinking about this situation. My older brother, right? My older brother, smart, just just intelligent, man, just intelligent. When I think it was around the fourth or fifth grade, we used to be outside playing and all that. One day he just walked in the house. And I was like, what you doing? Come on outside. He said, I'm doing my homework. All right, we're gonna get to it, right? It's homework. What is that? I honestly didn't know what he meant. It I was like, okay, you doing uh we do that, I did homework here and there. My grades were never great. He got scholarships and everything. I have an older brother and younger brother. Older brother got scholarships and everything. Just intelligent guy, man. Intelligent dude. To this day, still very intelligent. Naturally. And plus he worked at it too. But all through life, now that was like fourth, fifth grade. He would be like, after a while, he was like, my mother would, compliment him and everything like that. And my mother was less gracious to me about my grades and everything. But my brother would never join in on the bandwagon. My mother only wanted the best for me, right? Grade wise, all of us. But my grades I just didn't put the work into it. Shoot, Super Mario, what are you talking about? Zelda, Zelda. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll get to the homework, or I'll say I did it, or I didn't have it, or I did it and lie or something. But my older brother would never put me down because of my grades, or the smarts compared to him. He would never do it. And that's what I was thinking today about this situation. It was this store named Best, Best, not Best Buy, right? They had it. It's called Best. So, and oh wait a minute. Before that was like fifth grade. He tried to tell me to sit down, study what studying meant. He said, okay, if you don't understand what's going on this page, go back one page. Go back two pages to where you do understand and work from that way forward. And every time after you do your homework or can't do your homework, you go back two pages, go back three pages, and work back forward again to where the teacher have you at. That's how you study. You could do that every time after you do your homework, and you'll get better. I didn't. That was fifth grade, right? Fourth grade, fifth grade. I didn't practice that until the last 3 weeks of high school. 12th grade, before ready to leave school. I didn't practice that until then, but I remembered. But and until then, he never once, to this day, he never put me down. And he know it. He know it. Shoot, I failed a grade. But he would never do it. He would never join in. If my mother, you had to do better. What's wrong with you? All that he would never do. He's always supporting and just awesome. And that goes into being a gamer also. You have the chance to join in and bash somebody who's doing wrong or doing bad. And even if that exchange you may type or say, that person may not take it well, but the people who hear it in the group, that may enrich their social their social endeavorings and social gaming habits and everything like that. Lower the toxicity, or even, again, in real life, dealing with people at their job or whatever, their own family members. We had a situation. My father, he said he took us to Best, BEST. I didn't even know why we was going. Believe me, if I knew why we was going, if I knew why we was going, I'd have been happy as I don't know. But I was already happy we was going there, but I didn't. I had no idea. We was walking. My father was like, "Hey, all you want a Nintendo? I'll buy all your Nintendo. All right, happy for real." I was like, "Okay." We had to hurry up and try to get out this store before he changed his mind, right? We went up. He picked up the little. They had little cards. They didn't have. They didn't have the Nintendo sitting out in the boxes, right? My father called it Nintendo, right? Nintendo. So they didn't have the boxes sitting out. They had a little card. You take the card and like take it to like the place to pick it up. He picked up the Nintendo card, right? And guess what Gamma does? Gamma says, I see Sega Master System. I see Sega Master System. I'm like, wait a minute. Everybody got a Nintendo. Why don't we be different? I was like, told my older brother, I said, look, let's get Sega Master System. Everybody got a Nintendo. Let's get this one. My older brother's like, no, let's get the Nintendo. And I was like, no. I put up an argument. That's just me. I'm arguing. My older brother, he's like, he gave and he said, all right. I still remember it clear as day. He was like, all right, all right, you want a Sega Master? All right, let's get that. My brother, just as much as a gamer as anybody, and he was like, all right, get a Sega Master System. Got a Sega Master System, got down into the basement, we hooked it up. Soon the Sega system came on, and that game, I forget the name of the game that came with the Sega Master System. Soon as it started, my older brother got up, went upstairs and started doing his homework. And I was like, but we got another controller. It look that. But I couldn't even. I was trying to lie about the graphics, how the graphics looks. Oh, I was like, I just saw this first puzzle. I know how to get out of this. It was like you had to walk in a field. It was like on this board. You're trying to get off this board or something. It was phony. It was like, this is not Super Mario. Who knew? Who knew we couldn't play Super Mario on here? Who knew we couldn't play? I knew. I just made a stupid decision. But actually, even back now, thinking back then, if we told my father, he could have boxed it up, probably take it back, and then we could exchange that for a Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't. My older brother, to this day, didn't take it to me. My older brother was like, he's like, what? You wanted a Sega Master System, we wanted a Nintendo. You know what was out during that time? Super Mario Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Zelda. Oh my goodness. You know? But I made the dumb choice to put up an argument and get Sega Master System. But my older brother always had a little graciousness in him, and in arguments. And well, I'm playing DC, and now coming to DC Universe, right? All right, so during Necron fight in BN, Blackest Night, tanks. A lot of people could tank their butt off, and we told the tank, hey tank, tank him in the back right, away from the group. I typed that. One guy was like, "You're dead." I wanted the vest, right, the death vest. I told y'all I know how to get it if it dropped, right? He trying to mess me up. I tried to try to be nice, I said no, tank him in the back right corner, and I was like, well, I died because the ads are in the path of running the barrel, So when y'all tank him, do not tank him up in the front by the group, because when the tank go get warped by Necron down to the bottom to put in the barrel, as soon as he go, remember the aggro's gone, and if he real close to the group, all the ads gonna jump on the group and start killing people. And plus, even if you're holding them, when we go to run the barrel to the hole, you got a certain amount of time. You may get juggled, you may get killed, and I got killed, because he was tanking them right there. So you have a chance now. Now I could have said something ridiculous, and then he could have fired back something equally funny and evil and mean. But that not what happened, and other people could see that and be like, oh, you could speak to people nicely and you catch on, you get a clue, and you grow socially like that gaming. So being nice to people, it does go a long way. So you don't always have to be toxic and mean. Even if I told him, hey, with a tank, and he said something kind of smart to me or whatever, and still respond nicely. Just say what you gotta do, and then they may be like, oh shoot, all right, yeah, let me go do it, no problem. And then they be like, man, afterwards they could be like, wow, that guy could have been a real whatever to me, and he was nice. So it's worth it. And it should be said, all these videos we make about the video game, let's talk about treating each other nicely. I did a video also before about just being nice, not being, you know, um, soft. That was different. But same thing. Just sorry for the noise. But yeah. Um, on BN, tank, don't tank Necron them in the front. Tank him in the back right, away from the group, so that when you get taken away, you know, catastrophic deaths don't occur. But yeah, Gamma 9 and Gamma Compound, boy. I'm gonna get on the game here in a little bit here. But okay, I'll see y'all out there.